So good morning. It's about 10 after 7 and I've gotten up this early on a Sunday to race surf ski. From Limonello, Round Rabbit Island, around the Mokes to Flat Island. It's not a terribly long race. It's tiring, it's a race still. And I haven't paddled in a month. Down at the car, I have 2 boats. This is what I'll be using today. This is my V12. It's my faster boat, but I haven't been paddling in a while, and I'm just gonna treat this like a workout. And I don't know how, I haven't even checked the weather, so I don't even know how wavy, windy it's going to be today. So the boat is on. Notice I have like a damaged rudder here, and I added some fiberglass to the end of it because this got smacked against the reef, and rudders cost $100, so I just, instead of buying a new rudder, I just add material. They're actually a little shorter than this, and I just decided, what the hell, I'll just make it longer. But it was easy enough to do, and I don't really care about what it looks like cosmetically. I want it to be functional. It's nice and smooth. It's not perfect, but it's good. We're at Limonello Beach, and I'm gonna check in.
Himself, right?
I'm gonna check in and get my numbers, and then go from there. So it's like Newman Mark, obviously.
And Mark, you're going to be 28.
So you got the 10 o'clock
Cool.
And
Thank you.
long course surf ski 50 to 56, yeah?
Yep.
And then hold on, I gotta make sure. I'm sure you do.
Okay. We get lunch tickets.
Hey, how's it going, Mark?
All right.
No
Okay,
pre-reg. Okay, so yeah, Joey's
Did you
gonna.
register?
Joey's gonna.
What?
Okay, so Brian.
Cool.
Brian, you registered wrong place.
All right. Cool. All registered. Now we go to the pier. Oh, by the way, that was Jen. She actually raced my boat in Molokai last year. I wish I could have raced my own boat, but she did, because she needed a boat. So this is an Epic V8. It is a very stable boat. I didn't bring the V12 because I didn't know what the conditions were going to be like today, and I haven't paddled in a month, so I figured might as well bring the more stable boat and make this into just a straight workout, and I'm not going to worry about trying to beat anybody today so much. We're at the Makapu Pier. So what the plan is, we'll be racing out around Rabbit Island toward the Mokes, which are right there, and then to Flat Island, which you can't see because it's flat, and then to Kailua Beach. Got the numbers on the boat. She's all ready to go. Race typically starts at 10. We typically have our 9:15 or so. We have the safety briefing, which usually consists of be careful around Rabbit Island. Waves up there, stay a little clear of it. Usually that's where that says. It's pretty flat today, so I don't know how much we're going to be riding bumps. Probably be doing a lot of paddling today. All right, so I was going to wear PFD, but since it's so flat today, it's just, there's not really a whole lot of reason to. I wouldn't want to have to swim to shore, but if I had to, I could. I have a leash on the boat, on my leg, so I'm not going to be separated from the boat. And like I said, it's not windy, so even if the leash came off, I'd probably get swim to the boat. and there's safety boats as well. So it's not terribly dangerous. If it was, you know, if we had 30-mile-an-hour gusts out there, I would definitely wear the PFD. But I don't really need it today. There is a little benefit to the shorter boat when there's waves, and that it gets in, because it's shorter, it sits inside the waves a little better. But there's not a lot of rocker in this boat, so that's a negative to it. If it's really flat, I can definitely go faster in the V12 than I can in the V8. If I had a V10, I'd paddle the V10, but I don't have a V10, so this is my other choice. And the V8's fine. I mean, if you put an expert paddler in this, there'll be a little slower, but really not, you know, for my skill level, really doesn't make much difference. I noticed the difference between the V8 and the V12 when I'm paddling, but well, certainly when it's choppy, the V12 is, when it's really choppy, the V12 is difficult to manage, or can be difficult to manage. The downwind, both are good. The V12 that I have has a bit of rocker to it, so that's good. But the V8 is actually pretty easy. Since it's wider in the back, it gives you a little bit, that width gives a little more surface area for the wave to push on you. So the V8 actually catches waves a little easier than the V12. But inversely, the V12 is a little easier to, when you're sprinting, it's a little easier to get up to speed. So that's the trade-off between having a skinny boat versus having something that's a little wider. Most of these are OC1s. They are outrigger canoe. That's what OC stands for. And they're carbon fiber. They're actually lighter than my boat. Most of these, maybe not all of them, but most of them are. If you wanted to get one of these, it's I don't know, a used one, you'd be able to get one for a few, you know, 2,000 or 3,000. New one, you're going to be spending $4 grand and up. My V8 is, I think it's 35 list. You might be able to get one for 3. Used, you might be able to get one for 15. I'm using round numbers. I haven't looked in a while, and it depends where you are. V8s are good for beginners. Obviously, an outrigger, you'll be a little more stable because it's an outrigger, but they're not necessarily stable because they'll flip over just as easily to one side. Most beginners will kind of lean on the AMA, the outrigger, to keep themselves stabilized. As you get better, you put less and less pressure on the AMA, and some people fly the AMA while they're paddling. Certainly when they're surfing, the AMA could be flying. I like to start at the back because I just want everybody out. I mean, I just want out. And I'm not going to win. I'm not seeing my hand went out this far. I'm not going to win. I'm not worried about placing or anything like that. And the truth is, if you're any good, the difference between, you know, I mean, it might be a difference between first and second, but if you're just trying to be in the top 10, if you're in the back of the start, really not, it's not a handicap. So there's like 2 rows of boats in front of me, and I'm not worried about it. I don't care. Like I said, I'm not trying to win. This is all about just getting out there, getting some exercise. So it's a fun little thing to do. It's gorgeous. I mean, seriously, it's gorgeous. Just trying to keep from hitting other boats. There's a lot of boats over on this side here, so it'll end up backing us all up as we come approaching Rabbit Island. So I'm going to go a little wide, which actually puts me at a pretty big disadvantage because I'll end up paddling a greater distance than most other people. But like I said, I don't, you know, this is not about winning. I'm just. So this happens in all the boat races. That there is the start buoy, and then all the boats are creeping forward. So. Telling everybody to scoot back. I'm just going to turn around.
Oh my God.
So last time I did this, last race I did this where I turned my boat around and tried to get back to the start. The race started without me. I'm going to go a little bit upwind here. Everybody is kind of drifting downwind. Very rough.
Oh, what the? Hey, look at that.
Alright, so my watch has not started. I need to start this stupid thing. Currently going 7 miles an hour. I'm not really drafting anybody at the moment. They're drafting. Trying to draft into this one. just trying to stay to the right of the lighthouse up here. So we're just to the left. Rabbit Island. Just moving there. Stay on it. Everybody else is to the left of me, and then they